today, salt is the new soda. Chain restaurants in New York City, the first in the nation to post salt warnings on menu items. So items will be flagged with this label, you're looking at it, if they have more than the daily recommended allotment of a teaspoon of sodium. The rule applies to restaurants with 15 or more locations across the country, some concession stands, some movie theaters, some ballparks, and violators face a penalty of $200. Our health expert, Dr. Marc Siegel, is here, radio host David Webb. All right, Dr. Siegel. First highly public, let's say, follow-up to Michael Bloomberg's calorie counts, no big sodas, cholesterol. What do you make of this salt attack?
Deirdre, if this was only about education, I'd be okay with it, because the truth is that Americans are having way too much salt. We're supposed to have about 2 grams a day. We end up with 4 grams a day. And in some of these cases, with Applebee's, with Chili's, with Olive Garden, some of these things have more in one serving of something than we're supposed to have in a whole day. Now, I'm eyeing the Hebrew National hot dog and pastrami truck outside my office, and I'm thinking, if they slap that thing on there that looks like a skull and crossbones, that truck is going to go over to New Jersey. It's going to leave New York. So I'm worried with these fines about the effects on business. It's not just the
fines. The National Restaurant Association, David, is planning to file a lawsuit and saying, listen, these rules go too far, too fast for New York's restaurant community, and there's going to be a suit, apparently, coming up.
Okay, so here's Nanny State by Bolshevik Bill once again. All right, Bill de Blasio, who likes to put his rules on everybody. You got a black and white sign in an area where there's lots of shades of gray. I agree. Salt, too much, it's bad for you. What do you need, about 2,300 a day? So they get 3,000. But okay, you're going to go after the chains, but does everybody just eat at chains? What about mom and pops? When are you protecting?
So for right now, it seems like only the chains for the moment. If you have 15 or more restaurants, so they're not going after.
Yeah, but people eat at all these restaurants. So one day I'm going to go to a chain. The next day I'm going to go to a mom and pop. This isn't about helping the people. And if you want to use education, to Dr. Siegel's point, then why don't you use a full-blown campaign, which we've used for a lot of things? Use social media, target people for tobacco. Yeah. Twitter, Facebook, real education is to reach out to people and say, look, we want to educate you on the bad side of salt. We want you to have the right amount because you need it every day.
By the way, they're just warming up. They're going to start with the chains and then go right to the mom and pops.
Sure.
Those will be next.
And then there's this idea. But, I mean, do you think as a doctor that it is really causing heart attack? Because it feels like there's a lot of things. There's cholesterol, there's calories. I mean, there's a long list.
I see both sides of this. I see salt's a big killer. It causes heart attacks and strokes. Absolutely. This isn't the way to go about it.
Yeah, we love about personal responsibility. We always talk about that.
Yeah.
My parents raised me right, and I have the right amount of salt. That's my choice.
I want to talk about a larger health topic. It seems like some athletes are napping and sleeping in basically a big fancy Ziploc bag. One of them, New York Giants running back, Rashad Jennings, he swears by this essentially an oxygen tank. So did Michael Jackson. Are there medical benefits, Dr. Siegel?
Well, first of all, let me applaud his diet, which is tremendous. He has a lot of fish in there. He has a lot of veggies. He's got a lot of fruit. He exercises, obviously, like there's no tomorrow. He's very fit. But when it comes to this hyperbaric chamber for $18,000, I will say this. It's good for smoke inhalation. The Green Beret Foundation is researching to see if it helps with brain injuries, which he certainly is going to sustain those playing NFL football. But there's no evidence whatsoever.
David, if you win the lotto, are you buying one?
Yes, I am. And by the way, I'm a Giants fan, so Rashad, if it helps you on the field, do it. But tied to the first story, he puts a hamburger and he puts a head of lettuce on a table, changes his diet, makes his own personal choices, makes smart choices.
Here
and he
we go.
didn't need Bolshevik Bill to do it.
And also Dr. Marc Siegel.